Welcome back to Diving into Watches, and we've got a really good review for you today. When it comes to the world of watches, there are just a ton of watches out there, from the name brand ones to micro brands to independents. And I was actually on Watch Crunch the other day, and someone had asked the question, "What is a micro brand?" And there must have been 50 comments on it. And the universal conclusion that I came to from all the comments is nobody knows. It had from it's an independent watchmaker that makes its own watches but doesn't reach a certain threshold, to it's a brand under a major brand, so a brand under Swatch, or Swatch Group, or it's a company that's been around X long. I mean, I don't know. My definition of micro brand was just a small watch company that just makes a limited amount of watches, and it's just microcosm or micro portion of the market. And then someone said that, and they said, "Well, what's an independent?" So I say all that just to lead you into the watch we're doing a review of today. I'm always on the lookout for really cool, unique, different design pushing dive watches, sports watches, etc. And one of the watches that popped up on my radar, you've probably heard of them, maybe you haven't, but if you're on Instagram, their ads will pop up. They're called OVD, Origin Visual Designs. And most of the ones that pop up that I've seen, they all had a branding to NASA, and I'll put some photos up so you know which ones I'm talking about. But almost all the watches they made had a branding to NASA connection. There's planets on top of the dials, different planets, moons, etc. The moon would glow. Really, really cool. But they have a small section that they call their UW designs, or underwater designs, and they have them. They're called Seal, Kraken. There's like four, I can't remember them. But this particular one, they started showing the designs of it because they were going to run a Kickstarter on this one. And I've never done Kickstarter, and I've heard good things, bad things, but I really liked the design they were showing. And when they announced the Kickstarter, I jumped over to their Kickstarter page and I took a look at this watch, and it's called the Hawaiian Seal Diver. And you can see by the photos here, just cool, different design. Came in four colors. This one, I call it green, but they say it's yellow. An orange one, a blue one, and then kind of a silver orange one. And if you got in on the Kickstarter, you could pick up the watch. I think it was 350 or 380 bucks as starting the Kickstarter. If they got it up, then they go into production. I want to say it was October of last year with a April delivery. So I said, what the hell? I'm going to go for it. Throw my credit card down. I ordered the yellow or the orange one called the Seal. This particular line is called the Seal Diver. And I got the watch in April, and I have been wearing it nonstop for April and May. So I wanted to be able to give it a really good, solid review. And I got to tell you, folks, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. I love this watch, from the design to the color to the hands to the case to the bracelet. They hit it everywhere. And I will go into much more detail on the bench, on everything about it, and what makes it such a cool, fantastic watch. So if you ever get a chance, definitely go out there and check them. I think the price now on them, on their website, you can get this watch. It's the Seal Diver. When you go in there, it's $500 now. And I think what you get for $500, I would say it's definitely on the higher end of these, I don't know, micro brand independents. I know what you're going to call them, but it's a little bit higher in the price range. But I think what you get as far as the specs and qualities is like the people who get the San Martins. I would buy this over a San Martin Seal Dive, Audi Dive, whatever the hell those are called, any day. I would put this up against it. Obviously, this price is a little bit more, but spec-wise, quality-wise, build-wise, independent company-wise, this watch is absolutely phenomenal. So without further ado, let's jump over to the bench and let's take a look at the OVD Hawaiian Seal Dive watch, and all its coolness, and what makes it such a unique watch that you definitely want to go check it out for yourself and take a look at these watches. All right, folks, here we are over on the bench. We're going to be taking a closer look at the OVD watch Seal Diver. When you get it, it comes just in a regular box, nothing spectacular. It comes in a little watch case. This just looks like a little vinyl case. It's nothing, hugely spectacular, but it is nice. You could get 3 watches in it. It's nice that they're including some of these. When you open it up, you're going to have, they give you a little thank you card. for helping us grow. And it says OVD Watch. Don't keep this to yourself. Like, share, and on OVD Watches so you can see them on Facebook and Instagram. I know they're on there quite a bit. And then you get the typical, you get a little book on how to operate the watch, but you know that's pretty much common sense. And you get a underwater warranty card. It says underwater seal diver, and it is unsigned. There's literally nothing on there, so I guess I can just write in whatever warranty I want whenever I want, which is kind of funny. But based on the movement, which we'll cover here in a second, I'm not too worried about it. And I'll go ahead and pull out the watch, move off to the side. Okay, so this is the OVD watch here. I will get into all the dimensions here real quick before we get into all the little unique facets of it. It is a case diameter of 42 millimeters. It is 14 millimeters thick. It is a lug to lug of 51 millimeters, and I will cover why it's 51 millimeters and how I came up with that. And then it is a lug to lug of 20 millimeters, and it is a screw down crown of 8 millimeters, which has some very, very nice knurling on it. It is a beveled sapphire dome. Beveled sapphire crystal, and it has 200 meters of water resistance, and it is a NH35 movement in it with a 40-hour power reserve, plus minus 15 seconds, and then plus 40 seconds, or it's just the reverse. And we will put it on the Timegrapher to see how it does overall. But taking a look at the watch, it's just absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. The dial, they say on the website, they say it is yellow. It is the camera's not doing the color is correct, but it is more of a, I want to say it's like a lime green. It's like a greenish color. It's not yellow, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's 120 click unidirectional bezel. The bezel action is very, very nice. I'm going to put it up to my mic so you can hear it. So it's very firm. It's very tactile. And the QC is just dead on. It lines up perfectly at the top. If you got the 50 hour, it's aluminum. It is an aluminum. It is an aluminum, flat aluminum bezel. It is not ceramic, but it is aluminum bezel. And then the hands, you have a sword hour hand. I'm sorry, minute hand, and then you just have a squared up baton hour hand, and then you just have a straight lined seconds hand, and it actually sits on this solid rotor. You have applied indices, and then you have a laid minute track inner chapter ring, and then you have printed minute markers between the indices, and then at the bottom you have Seal Diver 200 meters, and then you have a date window that is black with white contrast, so it shows up very, very nicely. It has a cushion case, I want to say similar to the bull of a devil diver, and maybe the Seiko turtle is kind of what this case reminds me of. It is all brushed. It's brushed on all sides, and it's brushed on the back. And then it has male end links. The reason I got with 51 is because of the male end links. I'm measuring from where they fold down. It would have been nice if they'd been female end links, but these are male end links. And then you have case guards where the crown folds into the case guard. It is loomed on the end of the crown also. So we'll show you how that looks. And then your indices are loomed, your hands are loomed, and then the circle around where the seconds goes around is loomed. The loom is very, very good. It did not say on the website what the loom is, so I don't know if it's Super Lumen UV Bright or one of the other ones. The bracelet is actually fantastic. It's an H-style bracelet. It's super, super comfortable. Absolutely no complaints in sizing. The clasp is a milled clasp, double push point release. One of the cool things, it does have 4 micro adjustments, but one of the things it also does is it has this double push in right here. You pull it, and you actually pull it towards or pull it away, and it is a small diver's extension, or you could use it as micro adjustments. As you pull it, you get one. Let's see, one. I can't even count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get 6 little micro adjustments on the diver's extension. So you can definitely dial it in if your arms, obviously you're not going to swell that much in this summertime heat, but you do have the ability to ratchet adjustment. A lot of thought went into this, which is very nice. I like when they put those on there for those, because you sometimes don't get enough micro adjustments. It is your typical pin and collar that they push through, but it's very easily adjustable, very comfortable. The back is a screw down case back, and in keeping in line with the design, it is engraved with the seal on the back, and you can see the seal, and it says, what we got right here? They made it looks like this is number 60 of 999 of them. So it's a limited run. They made 1,000 of them. So I don't remember how many were on the initial Kickstarter they needed to go, but I know they do have some for sale on the website. But it is a limited production. Mine is number 60 of 999. So apparently that's when I ordered mine. It does say limited. And then you have 200 meters up here at the top. And then it says Seal Diver. And then it says UW for underwater designs. And I just think that's really cool, the seal you got there. The bracelet is extremely comfortable. You'll see that when we do the pocket shots and on the wrist shots. Overall, it's excellent. It is an NH35 movement in it. I think that's probably what they went with that one, because it's a reliable movement. It's a solid movement. It's an inexpensive movement. And it allowed them, and this is just my opinion, I think it allowed them to spend more time and money on the things that most people want to pay attention to, and that's the case, the loom, the sapphire crystal, the design, the bracelet. They obviously put money and time into this bracelet. They did not go cheap on this bracelet. It's super comfortable with the diver extensions, the milled clasp. I think that's where the extra money went, instead of putting it into maybe an SW, instead of putting like an SW2 Salida movement in or something like that. They put the extra into the case and the design and the build quality, and it definitely shows. We will do a loom shot, then we'll put it on the Timegrapher, see how it's doing, and we'll give some wrist shots, and then we'll go back over to the studio for final reviews. So let's do the loom shot, and then we will do the Timegrapher. Okay, you can see the loom is very good. Even the dial itself is loomed, and then the indices are loomed, and then you can see the two hands are over each other right now. I had said that the circle where the second hand was loomed, it is not loomed. I'm going to go ahead and hit it some more with the loom, because it's been in the watch box for a while. I haven't worn it in about a week. So you can see that it looms up very nicely. It lasts quite a while. I'm very happy with the loom. They probably could have put a better, higher quality loom on there. But when you're outside in the sun long enough, it looms up very well. The dial is still very looming. The camera is not showing how much the dial is still loomed, but it is loomed here personally, but it looks like it's fading in the camera. So the camera's not doing the loom justice. But let's go ahead and turn the lights back on, and let's kick it over to the Timegraph. Okay, here it is on the Timegrapher. We'll run it through the test twice. First test, -7. You got a 232 amplitude and a beat error 0.2. Second test, -5 seconds. Third test, -5 seconds. Fourth test, -6 seconds. And we'll go ahead and run one more test. It is, for a Seiko NH35, it is running superbly well, just coming straight out of the watch box. -6 seconds for the first test. So it's going to be -5. The second test, probably going to be -5 for the third test. Third test, -5. And the fourth and final test, looks like we're probably going to come in at -5. -5. So overall, this Seiko NH35 is running really well. They probably regulated these when they cased them, because that is phenomenal for an NH35. -5 seconds a day is well within parameters. That's well within cost certification. If this was going to be cost certified, which it's obviously not, you're not paying for a cost movement in this one. So you can see that you get a very good time. So let's pull this off the Timegrapher, and we'll do a wrist watch check and a wrist shots. All right, quick wrist watch check. Before I put that one on there, I am wearing my Citizen Eco Drive Aqualand. Absolutely love this watch. Just such a killer watch. I did a review on this one. I'll make sure to link the review down below. This one I think I'm going to be taking on a vacation I got upcoming here soon in a few days, to head down to Mexico for a week to kick it on the beaches and play in the water. So I think I might be taking this one with me. Let me pop this off and get the OVD on. Okay, there it is on my 6 1/4 inch wrist. You can see that is fitting absolutely fantastic. Even though it's 51, the lugs hang just perfectly, no issues whatsoever. It is sitting very, very comfortably. The band is perfect. It's perfectly centered. Absolutely no issues at all. I'll make sure that there's some pocket shots so you can see it outside in the sunlight. You can see that it just fits very, very comfortably. So even if you have a bigger wrist or maybe a smaller wrist, you're not going to be unhappy with this one. The wrist presence is very, very good. There is some heft to this. It's not overly heavy, but you're definitely going to know that it's on your wrist. That H-Link bracelet is absolutely gorgeous. The dial is gorgeous. Everything about this watch is just right on for the money. I think anything above 500, I think would be too much. I think at the 500 price point, I think you're getting a solid, solid watch. If you got in on the Kickstarter, then I think you really got it. I think that was the killer deal. If you can pick one, if you can find one of these on the used market for the 300, the 350, 380 range, it's killer. But I would encourage you to go check these out. So without further ado, let's go back over to the studio, and I will give you my final review on the OVD underwater designed Seal Diver. All right, there you go. There is an in-depth look at OVD Origin Visual Designs Underwater Seal Diver watch in all its coolness. I think it's a really cool watch. Just a couple things that they're small. The loom could be better, a little bit stronger, and then I think it would have been better if it would have had female end links instead of male end links, just so you probably get a little bit better hang on the watch. But even on a 6 1/4 inch watch wrist, I think it fits very, very comfortably. Just stunning style. I love everything about it. It's unique every time I wear it. Anybody who has slight inclination, even people who don't have an inclination about watches, always ask me, because I think it's the color presence. The other colors are really, really nice too. So definitely, and I'll make sure that that you've probably already seen those, but I'll throw the other colors. I'll make sure the other colors were already in the video. But I would definitely encourage you to go check out OVD. Even if you're into the NASA space stuff, they got some really, really cool watches they've built. It's not my thing. As my one would say, it's not my cup of tea, but they are cool. I mean, one has the moon in the center, and when it glows and looms and the watch goes around, the moon changes. It's just really, really unique. So if you're into that kind of thing, otherwise, check out their other dive watches they have. I think they are a very cool micro independent, whatever. I just think they're a cool watch manufacturer that's making some, I'm going to say original designs, and you can definitely see some design influences maybe from the case from the Bulova Devil Diver or the Sea Turtle by Seiko, but they definitely have put their own vibe into this watch, and I think they have killed it as far as the materials, the build quality, the bracelet, the sapphire glass. I have no issues with the NH35 movement. I think you would be very happy with those. So overall, pros, all those items. Cons, maybe the price for some people. Small con in the end links should have been female, and a small con for the loom. So definitely check them out. Maybe you already have one. If you do, let me know. What do you think? Do you think that it's a cool watch and that that's unique, and it's definitely something you would think about putting in your collection? Again, everybody, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody who watches. We appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us. It helps us grow this channel. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. It pushes it out to the algorithm and all of their craziness that YouTube does. But thanks for all the support. And as always, stay safe. Have a great weekend. Be kind. Be honorable. Do the right thing by other people, because you don't know the battles that they're fighting. You guys have a safe, blessed weekend. Until next week, and I've got a really cool video for you that I'm working on for next week on a totally different environment, but reviewing a killer watch by Citizen, one of my new favorites over Seiko. I know, God forbid, because I am a Seiko fanboy. So stay tuned for that one. And as always, I'm diving into watches, and I'm out.